Hello everyone, welcome to a new video. In this video, we have explained some set of Java programs for string manipulations. Now, the problem statements are also given in the description box, and we have explained each of the problems in this video. So watch the video till the end to know that how we can manipulate strings in Java. String manipulation. We have to write a Java program to accept a character, and we have to check whether it is a digit or a special character or a letter. If the accepted character is a letter, then we have to check the case of the letter, means whether the letter is in uppercase or in lowercase. So we're going to write the program. We have created one object of the scanner class, so we need one character as input. So for that reason we are declaring one character variable ch, and we are going to give a message to the user to enter the character. Now after that we are going to accept the character in the variable ch that we have declared. So we will use the function next dot char at 0. So this is the syntax to accept the character using the scanner class. Now after that we have to check whether the character is a letter or a digit or a special character or not. So for that reason we can use the if else statement. So the first condition that we are checking, character dot is letter, we are passing the character as a parameter. As we know that this function returns true value, boolean true value or boolean false value, so therefore we are matching this with the value true. So if the character that we have accepted from the user is letter, then this part of the statement will get executed and it returns the true value. So therefore it will execute the body of the if part, and here we are going to write the statements inside in the if part. What we have to write there, first we have to check that whether the character is in uppercase or not. So again, if character dot is uppercase, that is the function that we will use here, is uppercase ch. Again this function also returns boolean value, so we are checking that is, if this function returns the true value, then we will print a message, it's a uppercase letter. First we are going to print the variable ch, then we will print it. And if the condition becomes false, obviously the else part will get executed. So in that case it will just print that the character is a lowercase character. So this we have done with this if statement. But suppose if the character is not a letter, if it is a digit or a special character, so then again we are mentioning here the else part, and here we are including another one condition, that if character dot is digit ch equals to true. So if the character inputted through the keyboard is a digit, then also this part will get executed, and obviously it print the result that the character is a digit. So in case where the if condition remains false, and also in case the else if condition remain false, suppose that we have inputted a special character from the keyboard, so if condition will results true, as well as else if condition, that also results true since it is a special character. So therefore only the last part, which is the else part, will get executed then, and it will print the message the inputted character is neither an uppercase character nor a lowercase character, it's simply a special character or a symbol. So we are printing this message special character. So this is our program. We have done the writing. Now we are going to compile this program. The program is successfully compiled, having no syntax error. Now we are going to check the output of the program. So this is the program that we have written, and here in the terminal we have to enter one character. So suppose we are entering a character that is U, so it's a letter and it's an uppercase character. So that is the message, it is an uppercase character. So let's work out with another example. Run this program again, and suppose we have entered 5, so it's a digit. So this is the program, and we have got the output. Program to check to accept a character from the keyboard and check whether it is a digit, special character or a letter. If it is a letter, then it will just check the case of the letter. Our next program, here we have to write a Java program to accept a character, and we have to print its ASCII code. So let's we have written this code. Here we are accepting one character from the user, and after accepting the character we are printing the ASCII code. So to print the ASCII code, we have made here an explicit type conversion. So we are converting the value into C, that value which is stored in the variable ch, into its corresponding integer value that will also print the ASCII code of the respective character. The class is successfully compiled, having no syntax error. Now just run the code to see the output. Here it says that the enter a character. Suppose we are entering a character that is equals to capital A. The ASCII code of capital A is 65. So according to our question, the value that will get printed will be equals to 65. So now let's see the output. The ASCII code of A is 65. Again, suppose work with another letter or character. So suppose we are entering the value 2 from the keyboard. So obviously it will display the ASCII code of 2. Know that the ASCII code of 0 is starting from 48. So 2 will be on the 50. So this is the ASCII code of numeric 2, which is 50. Our next program, write a program to accept a string, count and display the number of vowels present in the string. So this one is the source code that we have written. So we have made a class vowel count. We will proceed in this way. We will accept a string at first, and then we will count the length of the string, and after that we are going to execute a for loop starting from the first index of the string up to the last index of the string, and we are extracting each and every character of that string and checking whether the character is a vowel or not. And if it is, we have initialized a variable v, which is used as a counter to store the number of vowels. So here we have accepted a string in the variable str. Now we are converting all the characters into its uppercase. So all the character remains converted into its uppercase. If any character already exists in uppercase, that will remain same. So in next line we are calculating the length of the string, and we are storing the value in a variable named len. Now we are executing a for loop. Since we have to execute a for loop, because we are going to check each and every character of the string, so the for loop will run up to the length of the string. So I starting from 0, and the condition is until I is less than len, which is the length of the string, the for loop executes. So in this step we are extracting a character from the string. So char at I, we know the function char at always return the character that is exist in the index I. So it extracts a character from the string. Now after extracting the character, we are storing it into the variable ch, and we are checking that whether ch is equals to a, e, I, o or u or not. Any one of these 5 condition are going to match. If any one of these 5 condition will get matched, then the variable v will be incremented by 1, since we have uh, converted the string into uppercase letters. So all the letters, all the characters are there in its uppercase format, so we don't have to compare and check the lowercase letters. So therefore we are checking only the uppercase letter. In case we do not convert the string into its uppercase format, then only that particular case we have to check the lowercase letters also. So another 5 comparisons we have to make apart from this. So here we are just checking that whether these 5 letters, any one of these 5 letters are present in the string or not. If it is, then the variable v will be incremented by 1. which holds the number of vowels in the string, and after the for loop it will print the number of vowels in the string as v. So let's see the output of this program. So enter a string. So we are entering a string, say computer. So there are three vowels, O, U and E. The number of vowels in the string is 3. Okay, let's work with another example. It will count the number of vowels in the string computer application, and we have number of vowels in this word is equals to 8. Our next program. Here we have to write a Java program to accept a word or a string and display the new string after removal all the vowels present in it. So for the sample input, if the input is computer, it will print the result by removing all the vowels present in the string computer, and after that it will print the characters. So this is our source code. So for this reason we have adopted a logic here. We are actually accepting a string in the variable str, and now in this for loop we are extracting each and every character and comparing that. If the character is not equals to a, e, I, o or u, then the character will get concatenated with another string that we have declared here, str1. Only if this condition satisfied, then we are concatenated this character with another string. So in this string str1, only the consonants and any other special characters or di- digits will get stored, thus removing all the vowels that are exist in str. So let's work with one example. Suppose we are providing this as input. So this is our output. Let's work with another input. It's also removing the vowels, only printing the consonant and any special character exist in the string. Program, we have to write a program to accept a word or string, and after that we have to count all the letters excluding the vowels present in the word or string, and we have to display the result. So this is our program. We have created a class named exclude vowel that would only count the letters excluding vowels. So only here we have to display the consonants. So now we have the logic of this program is that first of all we have taken a string here in the variable str. Now after that we are calculating the length of the string here, and we are executing a for loop. Inside in this for loop we are extracting each and every character at the index position present on the string str and checking. First we are checking that whether the character is a letter or not, because we are only dealing with the letters. If the letter is a vowel, then we will exclude it. If it is consonant, then we will just count it. So we are checking that whether the character that is present at any index position of the string is a letter or not. If it is a letter, then again we are further checking that whether the letter are any vowels or not. If the letters are any vowels, then obviously we will exclude it. So we have made a comparison here that if the letter is not a vowel, then here we have already set a counter C that will store the number of consonants in the string. So the value of C will be incremented by 1, and after that, at the end of the for loop, we are printing the number of consonant, means the number of letters excluding vowels present in the string. So let's see the output of this program. So suppose we are entering a string Happy New Year, and now if we exclude the vowels in this string, we will get altogether 8 letters are there excluding vowels in this string Happy New Year. 8 letters are there excluding vowels. So this is the result. Number of letters excluding vowel present in this string is equals to 8. Let's work with another example. So there are 10 letters are present excluding the vowels in this string. Program. We are going to write a Java program to accept a sentence, and then we have to find the frequency of a given letter. So just check the sample input here. We have accepted a sentence Happy New Year, and we are finding the frequency of the letter, say A, in this sentence, and the frequency of the letter A is equals to 2. So in the same way, we are going to write the Java program. The logic is behind that we will extract each and every character, and we just check that whether the character is matched with the letter that we have taken as the input or not. If it is matched with the letter, then we are going to increment the counter. We have set a counter variable here if to store the frequency of a letter, and we will increment the value of if by 1. So we have accepted a string in variable str. We have accepted a letter whose frequency is to be checked in the variable ch. Now in the next statement we have calculated the length of the string and storing in the variable len. After that we are executing a for loop. Inside in the for loop we are first extracting each and every character at index I, and we are checking whether the character is equals to that letter that we have taken as an input ch is equals to ch or not. If it is equals to ch, then obviously the variable if that we have already set as equals to 0, it will store the frequency of the letter. The variable f will be incremented by 1. So let's see the output of this program. Suppose we are entering a string this string, and we are entering a character like a to check the frequency of a in this string. The frequency of a is 2, as twice the letter in this string, in this sentence, a letter occurs twice. Now let's work with another example. So we have taken a string, and suppose we are going to find the occurrence of the letter r. So here the frequency of r is equals to 3. Java program. We have to write a Java program to accept a string or a sentence as like this. If it rains, you will not go to play. And here we have to convert all the words other than the first letter to lowercase. So here we have to convert the letters of the words, each and every words other than the first letter to the lowercase. So we will get the following output as if it rains you will not go to play. Here in this output, each and every first letter of every word, the first letter of every word is in uppercase, the other will remain in lowercase. So this is our program. We have created a class named convertCase, where we are converting the first letter into its uppercase and all the other letters, the first letter of every word in uppercase and the remaining letters in lowercase. So we have accepted a sentence in the string str, and we have declared here another string str1, where we will store the converted sentences. So first of all, we are converting all the letters into its corresponding lowercase letter. Then we will go for searching the first character of every word, and then we will convert it to its uppercase. Then our job is done. So for that reason, we are converting all the letters in the string into its lowercase letter. Then after that, we are executing a for loop and extracting every character at index I, and the first, for checking the first one, first character, uh, we are checking that if I equals to 0, means if the index equals to 0, that is the first letter of the sentence, we have to make it in capital letter. So we are making it to capital letter using this function character dot to uppercase. We are converting the ch. If I equals to 0, the first letter of the sentence will convert it to its uppercase letter and will get stored in the string str1. Then we are checking for if the character is space. If it is a space, then the next character, that will be the first letter of a word. So if the character is a space, then first of all we are adding the space to our newly converted string. Then we are incrementing the value of I. So for that reason, the I, that will points to the first character of the next word. So we are extracting here the first character of the next word, first letter of the next word, then we are converting it to its uppercase letter. So we have done here two checking. If for the first letter of the whole sentence, we are checking if I equals to 0, then the character becomes up in uppercase format, and next we are checking if the character is a space, then after space, that will be the first letter of the next word. So we are extracting the letter of the next word by incrementing the index, and we are converting the letter into its uppercase format, and then we are adding this to our newly converted string str1. In all other cases, we will just add the character to str1. In all other cases, we have just lowercase character. So let's work with the output. Let's see this. So now we are entering the same sample input, if it rains, you will not go to play. So this is the string that we have entered, and here we are getting the outputs. All the letters of the words than the first letter are in the lowercase format, and all the first letter of every word in uppercase format. Here we have to write a program in Java to enter a string or sentence and display the longest word and the length of the longest word present in the string. So like the sample input, we have entered modem is an electronic device, and obviously the longest word in this sentence is electronic, and the length of the word is 10, the number of characters present in the string. So let's write the program. So in this program, the longest word, we have made a class named longest word to find the longest word in the string along with their length. So we have taken three strings. The first string str, here we will accept the sentence, and the string longest, here we will store the longest word that are exist in the string str, and we have taken another string w initialized to a blank string. Here we will extract each and every word of the string. So the logic is that we are extracting each and every word of the string str, and we are checking the length of the word. So we are extracting the first word, checking the length with the second word whether it is maximum or not. If the first word has the maximum length as compared to the second word, then the longest word we are terming as the will be the first word. Again we are checking the second word is maximum with the third word, not. So the logic is we are exactly extracting each and every word of the string and checking with every other word, and in this way we are finding the longest word. So first we have accepted a string here in the str. We have included a space at the end of the string because we are going to extract each and every word when there will be a space. So we are executing a for loop. Now we are checking whether extracting every character from the string. So we have started in this way. We are extracting every character of the string until we get a space, and that character is getting concatenated with w. So we are extracting every character of the string until we get a space, and we are storing the character in the string w. So in this way we are extracting every word of the string, because after every word we have a space. We have also included a space after the last word. So in this string, in this sentence, after each and every word we have a space. So we made this logic because we are extracting characters until we get a space, and we are concatenating the characters in the string w. Now when we are getting a space, at that moment of time we are checking the length of the word that is in the w is greater than the length of the longest word or not. So initially, just check this out, longest has equals to the blank. Longest is the blank string, null string is there. So initially whatever is in the word w, initially w dot length is obviously longest dot length. It's whatever be in the w, that must be should be greater than the length of the longest, because first of all the length of the at the very first moment the length of the longest is equals to 0. So longest will be equals to w, means the longest word which is in w will be stored in the word longest, and the length of the longest word will be stored in the variable n. Now after this operation we are again initializes w to blank string, so that we are going to extract the second word of the string and onwards. So when we are extracting the second word of the string, in the same way we are extracting the second word of the string, and we are extracting each and every character until we are getting the second space. So that word is getting stored in the variable w. So again we are checking that whether the second word that we have just obtained, the length of the second word is greater than the length of the longest word or not. Means right now at the moment we have the first word in the variable longest. So if the second word is greater than, the length of the second word is greater than the length of the first word, so obviously the longest word will be w, or otherwise the longest word will be as it is, the previous one. So again in this way we are checking the third with the longest one, and the fourth word with the previous longest one. So we are extracting each and every character, and we are making a word by separating the spaces and checking the word is greater than the other word or not. So in this way the longest word is getting stored in the variable longest along with the length that is stored inside in the variable L. So let's compile this with having no syntax error. Now we are going to execute this. Now we are here entering a sentence. We should enter the sample in modem is an electronic device. So the longest word is electronic and the length of the longest word is 10. In this program, we have to write a Java program to enter a string or sentence and frame a word by joining all the first characters of each word. And after that, we have to display the newly formed word. Now, for the sample input, we have taken this vital information resource under sys, and we are actually framing a new word by taking all the first characters of each word. So this is the newly formed word is the virus. Now let's move on to our programming. So here we have created a class named frame word. We have declared two string. In the string str we are going to accept a sentence, and in the string w we are going to frame the new word. Now in the here we are accepting the sentence in the string str. After accepting the sentence, we are making the all characters of the str to its uppercase and finding the length of the string that will be stored in the variable len. Now we are executing a for loop from I to 0, I equals to 0 to I less than length, and the logic is that we are extracting the character of the string str. So we have to extract for the first case we have to extract the first character of the sentence. That means when I equals to 0 we will get the first letter of the whole sentence, and we have to extract the characters after every space. So after every space we are getting a new word, so we have to extract the first character of the word. So these two conditions we are applied here. So for the first one, when I equals to 0 we are extracting the first character, that means the first character of the whole sentences, and for other cases we are searching for the space. Whenever the space is occurred, we are extracting the next character after space. That's why we have incremented the value of I plus plus I, and after extracting the characters we are concatenating them in the string w to frame the new word, and after this we are displaying the word w. So let's compile this and let's see the output. So we are entering the sample input, that is vital information resources. This is that we have entered, and we are getting a newly framed word by joining all the first characters of each word. Write a Java program to accept a word and convert it into lowercase. If the word is in uppercase, then we will have to convert the word in lowercase. And after that, we have to display the new word by replacing only the vowels with the letter following it. So we have taken a sample input as computer. So here we have three vowels, O, U, and E. Now where the newly formed word having the vowels with the letter just following it. So O becomes P, U becomes V, and E becomes F in our newly formed word. That's it. We have written a program named replace vowel. So we have taken a string in the str, in the variable str we have accepted a string, and we are counting the length of the string in the variable str. After that, we are executing a for loop and extracting each and every character of the str. Now first we are checking that whether the character is in uppercase or not. If the character is uppercase character, then we are making it to its lowercase format, and we are storing the character in the variable ch. So if the character is recognized as an uppercase character, then we are making it to a lowercase character. Then after that, we are checking that whether the character is vowel or not. If it is a vowel, then we are just incrementing the character first. So if it is A, then the character becomes B. If it is E, then it becomes F. If it is I, then it becomes J. So if the character is vowel, if the extracted character is a vowel, then it is getting incremented by 1. So after incrementing bin, we are actually getting the next letter after vowel, and we are joining to the variable w. And if it is not a vowel, then we are just simply joining the character to the word w. Now at the end of the program, we are displaying the newly formed word. This is the newly formed word. So we are going to see the output of this. So let's run this to see the output. Enter a word or sentence. We are entering the same word, computer, and here it is. O becomes P, U becomes V, and E becomes F, the next letter after vowel, and all other characters remain unchanged. So this is our newly formed word. Thanks for watching the video. If you like the video, then hit the like button. If you are new to the channel, then subscribe the channel and hit the notification bell icon for regular updates.